Okay, you're all set.
All right, thank you so very much.
Alhamdulillah, you're welcome.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Give all the praises and the thanks to the Almighty Source Creator, the Creator of everything. Brothers and sisters, we was created that make us part of the creation. The natural laws that govern the universe also govern our anatomy and physiology, that is our body. And when we're in compliance, we will have our health. But when we are out of compliance, a disease will occur. A disease will occur. We'll be in violation of the natural laws. The natural laws that the Almighty have used, system that He uses to keep things in balance, to keep things in check. This is what we discuss on this program called Optimal Health. We'd like to welcome you to a new episode of Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you for joining us today, for being part of our program. We also like to give everyone the greeting of peace. Salaam alaikum. Peace be unto you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And those people that are fasting during this month of Ramadan, during this blessed month of Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you once again for joining us here today. We'd like to also say that the information and the knowledge shared on Optimal Health is from the perspective of symptometry and symptomatic science. It is not medical science. It is based on natural law, the law that the Almighty has created to keep everything in balance in the universe, including human beings. Any names and terms used in this presentation is not for self-diagnosis purposes. They further your understanding of the precepts and concept of symptomatic science. Please contact your physician or your healthcare provider for any medical recommendation. And we thank you so very much for allowing us to share that with you. Brother and sister, what we eat, what we drink, and the chemical and substance we expose ourselves to will affect our cells. Will affect our cells. Our cells were created to create us. And they produce everything to maintain normalcy. They produce all of our brain essentials, our body essentials, and our cell essentials. That's it. They produce everything. They don't need supplement from a health food store or from the internet. We give them what they need, remove the hindrance, and let them do their work, their job. They're like tiny factories, brothers and sisters. Many factories. It's our responsibility to keep them clean and provide what they need. Their work tools are enzyme and energy. This is what they must use. And we block their ability or prevent them from producing enzyme, you're going to be sick. you're going to be sick. This is why the person would be sick. The cell cannot produce enzyme. You need enzyme for the cells to divide. You won't be able to do it if you block enzyme production based on what you eat, what you drink, and the chemical and substance you expose yourself to. These are the verifiable facts, brothers and sisters, though you might not have heard of them. Same thing with the natural laws. They're unwritten. You might not have heard of them. It doesn't mean they don't exist. That's why we have this program, to share them with you. We have an excellent program outlined for us today. We're going to have our two guests that will be working with us, God willing. Ms. Rita Taylor will be talking about why some women cannot conceive. Why they can't conceive when they try very hard. What's prevented them from conceiving? There are no mysteries when it comes to our health, brothers and sisters. No mysteries at all. Ms. Yvette Dean, she will be discussing everything associated with eggs. What should be known about eggs? Many people are still eating eggs. Sometimes it does not recommend eating eggs. People are still eating them, taking things for granted. She'll be speaking about what you should know about eggs. And I'll be discussing the aging problem with time permitting. How should we age? You determine. You want to age gracefully or chaotically, with everything breaking down all at once? You make the choice. We are all certified centometry health coaches and student at the American School of Centometry. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Ms. Rita,
Yes.
this is here with us. I'm going to stop sharing our screen. We're going to give you a moment to say maybe a word or two. Then we're going to take a short break. Then we're going to start our program. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us this evening.
Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. And I know you're fasting, so it's a very, very intimate time with Allah. So I'm here to share with you why some women can conceive and the reason behind it. And to let you know that you should be able to. I was able to conceive, but I have a lot of problems after conception. And I think Centometry is here to educate us and let you know that pregnancy is really the first phase of the human foundation. What you do with your child will determine their health along the way. And who doesn't want to have a healthy child? So that's what I'm going to talk about, having a healthy, beautiful child.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to share with you today. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Rita. We're looking forward to it. Brothers and sisters, please do not go anywhere at all. We're going to take a short break. Take an opportunity to call someone, to text someone, do a two-way or three-way, so they can share this information that we be sharing. They won't find this information or get it anywhere else. This is verifiable science, structured on the foundation of the universe, the natural laws. Absolutely amazing. We'll be right back, brothers and sisters.
People get sick all the time. However, even after years of research, physicians don't have the faintest clue why most sick people find themselves in the predicament they do. Will they just accept the same treatment without truly getting to the bottom of what is happening to them? Not anymore. Symptometry draws attention to your cells, the building block of your being, allowing you to understand what needs to be done and paving the way for self-correction. Developed by Dr. Maxwell Nardi, symptometry is not medicine or even its alternative. It is a study designed to fill in the void left behind by the most common scientific fields. Symptometric science has proven time and again over 31 years that chaotic eating and living are not in the best interest of the cells. It's about time we change that. To understand symptometry, dive into a whole new world of cell-based knowledge and profoundly appreciate human cells' work. Get your copy of Symptometry and Symptometric Science at a Glance by Dr. Maxwell Nardi now.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters, with your host, Abdul Shaheed, also your certified symptometry health coach. And we have our guest, Mrs. Rita Taylor and Miss Yvette Dean, both are certified symptometry health coaches and students at the American School of Symptometry. Brothers and sisters, we can use more students there, so people who understand how this body functions, so you can get the best use out of it. The Almighty created us in the best of mode, in the most excellent mode, but we happen to contaminate the mode. We contaminate it because we don't know about how it functions. So now we have an opportunity to learn. We encourage you to become students at the American School of Symptometry. If you're not going to do that, at least go to the website, brothers and sisters. We're going to share a few articles that's posted recently on the website at the American School of Symptometry. That website is amsos.org. Please go there often to get verifiable scientific information about you, how your body is constructed out of cells, how the cells are in charge of our health, not the physician, not your mama, not your daddy, not your brother, not your sister, your aunt and uncle. You have to become responsible for taking care of this body that you've been gifted with that afford us to have life on this planet. And life more abundantly, the more you learn how to take care of this body of yours, it will be more abundant, not less. Who want to be sick and suffering and in pain as you age? No one. So brothers and sisters, you go to the website. That website is amsos.org. There's an article there posted just today. Why radiation and chemotherapy fail. Why? Radiation and chemotherapy fail. It explains why, leaving no doubt in the individual mind. Why it failed every time. They will fail. We're not made of chemicals and drugs, pharmaceutical. We're made of nutrients and water. That's what we're made of, nutrients and water. And if we are broken, well, that's what we should be using to fix ourselves, not pharmaceutical drugs. But, you know, people got to make money. Another article, how our cells function. We made a cell, trillion of them, and many people, most of people, do not know how the cell function. Every part of our body is made out of a cell. Over 220 different types of cells, brothers and sisters. Read the article. Learn about who you are and what you are and where you are so you can maintain your health. How particulates work. You heard us talk about particulates to remove sedimentary sludge, inert substance, poison, toxic from the body, strong acid, strong alkali, the hindrance to the cell that keep them from functioning properly, that will make you sick. How particulates work. We explain everything. There's no mystery. Another article, the aging problem. What's going to happen as you age? Because if you don't die, you're definitely going to get older. You determine what kind of older person you want to be. That's what's in the article. You can determine what kind of old person you're going to be. And we'll be talking more about that. What kind of old person you want to be? You can answer that question today so you can start working on it. Maybe not working on it, depending on what kind you want to be. Just a couple of other. What is ionization? You heard us talking about ionization and what must happen to facilitate ionization. All of the article. High knowledge, brother and sister, heavy knowledge, heavy science. And we have access to it. You have access to it. Absolutely incredible. Our parents did not have access to this knowledge. Our grandparents did not have access to this knowledge, even though some of them live past 100 years old. I have two grandparents, both live past 100, 103, both of them. What would they have done if they had this knowledge? Brothers and sisters, just one more reminder, we have the knowledge to reverse and cure every disease that we have. So we can exit out of the gene pool so we don't ever pass it on anymore. That is enough to motivate me to learn as much as I can learn to take care of my health. To erase those recessive genes out of our gene pool. We can do it, brothers and sisters. We have the power now because we have the knowledge to do it. But it takes great knowledge to be able to do it. And someone has to teach us. A man has to teach us. The earth is populated with human beings, so it takes a man to teach one, or a woman. We didn't have that teacher before, but now we do. So brothers and sisters, just wanted to remind us to go to the website, go there often, read the article, take time, analyze them, bring questions back to this forum we have here on Optimal Health on AM 360. This is what we can do. So more people will be learning how to take care of their health. Don't give your body over to the physician. Don't do it. So I think I campaigned enough. So Miss Rita, we're going to pass it back over to you. We thank you so much for joining us today. And you're going to be talking about why some women cannot conceive. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Yes, this is an important topic to me because it is the foundation of human being. Pregnancy is the basic foundation of our being on this earth. And before you get pregnant, be ready, be prepared by your way, the food you eat and the water you drink and all that stuff. But before I even dwell into why people don't get pregnant, do you know about the natural law of compatibility? It means that we are made of nutrients and resources. And so that nutrients and resources, we have to be compatible with what is on here on earth. So if you're eating chaotically and getting all kinds of food in all kinds of poison, you are contaminating the nutrients and resources. And also you need to know about the natural law of circulation. You know that every hindrance that you have in your body, every concretion, it needs to be removed before any blood can flow. These are some of the things that as a parent, you need to know because you don't know what you're getting into and you want your child to be healthy. Know about the natural laws. I just went over 2 of them with you, but we have many as we go along. So the question is, why are women not conceiving? Why are a lot of people going through IVF? Why are they having a lot of miscarriages? The answer is simple. Because their blood is full of sedimentary sludge. Their body, their blood is on a lockdown, which means nothing goes in and nothing goes out. And until that lockdown is reversed, until all the bonds that we are being made hostage by all these bonds that the food we eat create, until these are ionized, until these are broken down, you're going to have problems. And your disease, if it's not taken care of, your disease will be chronic because a lot of the thing and disease you have is going to stay with you unless you get to the bottom of the whole thing. the bottom of the problem. It's not getting a pill from the doctor. It's getting to the root cause. Why am I getting this issue? Why can't I get pregnant? Let me tell you this. Before I got pregnant, I did not have a regular period. It came on and off. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, sometimes 6 months. I didn't know that I was filled with sludge. Nobody told me that because I hated my period. When it came in, I was just crying because I was desperate. Why? I didn't know that I was killing myself. I was blaming my parents, not knowing that I am killing myself. Why do I say that? Chocolate. I love chocolate. And that's the gift that they give me every time I have a birthday or anywhere else. And all kinds of chocolate, the dark, the whatever color. Not knowing that chocolate have poison called bromine. And I ate them. And I didn't know that's why I was having cramps. And my period was not coming. And I didn't know that. I was blaming my parents. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is we who you kill yourself. Nobody put a gun to my head and said, Rita, eat chocolate. But I did it because I love it. It is sweet. So please do yourself a favor. And and try to wean yourself out of chocolate or come to symptometry if you're not addicted. I was addicted. But it was ionized and neutralized. And now I don't even care for it, doesn't even taste good anymore. So, yes, that was the beginning of my problem. The second problem I had, I was filled with so much concretion and sludge that my parents told me, and when I was about to have the baby, I did everything right. I was a runner. I thought I was healthy. No, I was not. What happened? After the first water broke, we went to the hospital because it was coming 2 minutes apart or 1 minute apart. Guess what? My oxytocin, Google it and find what it is. It is oxytocin was not working for me. My oxytocin was filled with sludge. And because of that, I could not dilate. I could not dilate, ladies and gentlemen. When you see people having 30 hours, 40 hours, it should not be so this day and age. You should be able to have your baby within an hour so that you don't have to worry about why you have to have long labor and why that you have control about removing the sludge before you get pregnant. And that's what symptometry is here for. You don't need to go and do IVF if you're willing to clean the blood, which is dirty. We all have dirty blood, full of sludge and concretion, if you're willing to do that. And it's not a one-time thing. It's all the time. You need to be cleaning that blood all the time, but you need to remove the concretions that you have so that when you get pregnant, it will be easy. That's why we recommend pregnancy management. That's why I recommend pregnancy management. I did not go through pregnancy management. I have 40 hours of labor, the first one. I upped and had cesarean. And I have a second child, and I decided, hey, I do not want to go through 40 hours of labor. I'm going to have a cesarean so that it will be cut short. Not knowing the side effects that I'm going to be having when I get older. The side effects, one of the side effects for having cesarean is incontinence. You cannot hold urine in. It's not because it's not because you're getting old. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not because you're getting old. That's why you can't hold it in. It is one of the side effects of cesarean. But the doctor, did they tell you that? Oh no. They want their money. They just say, okay, yeah, sure. Within an hour, the baby's here. But what are the side effects? So I'm here to tell you that you don't need to go through all that. Pregnancy management will start you on the right footing. It will start you and your child with all the concretion and all the and sludge that you have will be removed because symptometry is a source removal institution. We get to the bottom of it so that, as my brother said, you don't have to pass it on to the next generation so that you don't have to come back. Because if you have an issue now and you don't take care of it, it will pass on to your next generation and it will be in the family over and over again. But if you take the leadership and decide that I'm going to get to the bottom of it, no matter how much it costs me, so that the next generation will not have this issue, it can be done. I'm working on mine right now. I'm working on some of mine right now because there's some issues that I need to get rid of so that my grandchildren, great-grand, they do not inherit it. So that is the background I want to share with you about pregnancy management. So the question is, why can some women conceive? You know, people will say, oh, it is painful. Of course it is painful. But with pregnancy management, you don't have to go through that excruciating pain for hours and hours and hours. You can do it in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and have your baby so that you can get home quickly to breastfeed your child and be with your family. So that is one of the problems. People don't want to get pregnant, or if they do, they are very, afraid of it. And some people are childless. They cannot. Why can't they? Because they're filled with slush. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. When I learned that lesson, I said, oh my goodness, every girl should be taught that whatever is going to happen to them is up to them. If they want to have a child, it is up to them, the food they eat. And if they decided to get pregnant, pregnancy management will lead them and help them have a healthy, bouncy child. Okay? Some people will say, oh, people can conceive at the age of 40. They can conceive at the age of 45. Age is not a problem. Age is not a factor. So don't start saying, oh, my biological clock is ticking down, so I need to have my baby now. Well, yeah, if you decide to have a career and not decide to have a baby, that's all right. Women, go out and go to school. Get whatever you have to do and have your child later. Because you know what? If you remove the sedimentary sludge and concretions in your body, it doesn't matter how old you are. The only thing that you don't want to be too late, you want to do it early as much as you want. But still, age should not be a factor. Okay, so let's look at some of the issues that women faces in their lifetime. A lot of people have ovaries. We all do. How many people have ovarian cancer? I have somebody who just went through surgery this week. Ovarian cancer. What happened? Why did they broke the law? They broke the law, and their body was filled with concretion and inner substances that need to have been removed. That person is in her 40s. And they didn't do it. So they went under the knife and she is going through chemo. And now we know that chemo does not work because chemo remove 2 amino acids from your DNA. And that 2 amino acids, it has to be rebuilt in order for you to be functionally. So I'm telling you that it is up to you. So chemo does not help you at all. But that is the poison and the method that they're using. So if you're going through ovarian cancer, well, it is going to be really hard for you probably to get pregnant. So that's the reason why if you have cancer, don't run to the doctor. Come to symptometry. We will help you reverse that. We will help you reverse that so that you don't have to live with ovarian cancer. You don't have to live with the poison that they're going to pump into you or radiation that they're going to pump into you. Okay? How many people have ovulation problems? Women? I did. As I said, I didn't even know ovulation. My period was all over the map. I have my girls right now, they don't have any problem. They know they have a 21-day cycle. They come right there and the period comes and they're ready to go. Well, I did not have the privilege because remember, I was poisoning myself with chocolate and all kinds of stuff. So if you want, my ovulation was not predicted. When I got pregnant my first time, I didn't even know I was pregnant. I mean, I missed the first one. I said, oh, this is no big deal. I mean, I always don't. The second month, that's when I started panic. And my husband said, well, we need to go find out why you're going to the third month and you don't have a period. I said, my period comes and goes. We went in there. The doctor said, yes, you are almost 10 weeks pregnant. Again, if I have taken care of it when I was, taking care of it earlier, I would have been ovulating properly. Again, I didn't know about symptometry then, but now that I know, I want young women and women in particular to really make sure that they know whether they're ovulating. If they are not ovulating, that is a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, your body is supposed to function normally. So if you're having issues, there is a problem. And that's what symptometry is telling us. We can reverse that for you. And ladies and gentlemen, it might not be one treatment, it might be a couple of treatments. Again, if you are in that situation, don't you want to get to the bottom of it so that that thing doesn't come back? And when we do help you, don't go back eating the food that caused the problem. If you're a symptometry client, we will give you the food guide so you know what kind of food to eat and what food not to eat. Okay? The other thing that so people, they do not get pregnant. So the first thing they think, I have to do IVF. Oh my gosh. But you know what? You don't need IVF. I share with you the reason you're not getting pregnant. Because you're filled with sludge that needs to be removed, and only symptometry science can do that for you. So instead of running to IVF and paying $65,000, why didn't you come to symptometry and pay a trickle so that you can get your body back functioning this way it's supposed to be? Okay? A trickle, very little, so that you will not have all the problems that you're faced with. Why are people having miscarriages? Did they know why they having miscarriages? Because you have an issue with you're having problems with one of the things in your body for you to tie, so that there is a way for the thing to tie up for you, so that you will not have an issue with you won't have an issue with your problem of having miscarriages. It has to do with something that needs to be tied in your fallopian tube so that you will not be having that issue. I will explain it later, but there is a reason for the miscarriages, which symptometry will help you take care of it so that you don't have that. Because once you're in pregnancy management, all these issues that you have had in the past will be able to be fixed. Okay. Have you experienced ectopic pregnancy? Ectopic pregnancy is when the pregnancy is outside the fallopian tube. And what happened is that if you're not careful, it will kill you. Okay? Because the tube will rupture because it's not in the place that's supposed to be. So they will have an emergency surgery, and you will be, with the surgery, you're going to have to recover. But sometimes you're not lucky for that. You might have, it might bust for you, And what happened is that if that zygote burst, you're going to die, because it shouldn't be. It should be in the right in the right place. So ectopic pregnancy is not something you need to be playing with, because they are growing without a placenta. So, and that can cause an instant death for you. Okay. How many people do have um, endometriosis? How many people have endometriosis? A lot of women do. Again, it's something that symptometry can reverse, so that you don't have to go through surgery, because you need to make sure you need to make sure that that issue that you have can be reversed. Again, you are filled with sedimentary sludge, and you need to have it removed. And one of the reasons where a lot of people have, I know of a woman who has 6, 7 miscarriages. Okay, it is because they have the anchoring filaments that attaches cell to the uterine wall, and to secure itself when there's an endometriosis. So therefore, if you expect to get pregnant, you will have miscarriages, because that uterine wall, the anchoring filaments, has to be attached. And symptometry signs will help you, so that the sludge on them will be removed, so that you will not have you will not have miscarriages, because miscarriages means that your placenta wall is not attached to it. And again, it is something your doctors won't tell you, but symptometry signs will tell you. How many people have fibroids? Fibroids is an issue with a lot of people, and fibroids is bad blood, and that bad blood needs to be removed. So again, we will give you particulates, and we will, again, that fibroid need to be removed, which means the blood in you had to come out. The blood that is in the fibroid has to come out. So if you have fibroid, expect to have treatment to get the blood out. And that bad blood needs to be removed. And again, only symptometry can do that. You don't need surgery when you have fibroids. As soon as the doctor tell you that you have fibroids, come to symptometry. We will give you we will ionize the bad blood for you, so that you will get back to normalcy. Okay, so don't go for surgery, because it leaves scars for you, and scar is not something you need to have in your body if you're going to get pregnant, later on. Okay, we will, if you have scars, again, symptometry will reverse that. We will ionize the scar tissue for you. And let me give you a case in point. I have 2 scars from 2 cesareans. 2 scars. The reason I share myself is that I am my living self. I want to know that if symptometry has helped me get to where I'm going, I want other people to know that they can help them too. I have 2 big scars, and I'm ionizing as we speak, because once you're cut with a knife, you're going to have scars, and that scars needs to be ionized. Again, we just before surgery, think about it, because surgery is not a joke. Surgery, and you're going to have scars, you're going to have side effects. Okay, so why are people running to IVF? I just want to know why. Is that because it is out in the news that IVF help people have babies? Do you know the percentage of women that succeed in IVF? Maybe 30%. 30%. but they pay over $60,000, $70,000. I have a woman that have done 3 IVFs and no baby. No baby. And it's up to them. Symptometry is here to help them if they want to. But just because the doctor tells you that come and I'll do it doesn't mean that that is right for you. Why don't you research? Ask for second opinion. And so before you plug that $80,000 into IVF. So yeah, and again, there's no guarantee that you will have a baby. In symptometry, if you follow the rules, if you come in and ionize your concretions and inner substances in your body, and the sedimentary sludge that you have to clean yourself all the time. It's not one-time deal. It's not 1 month deal. It is constant. It's called maintenance. You have to maintain your body in order for you to be healthy. If anybody tells you that you can eat all you want and be healthy, they're lying to you. They're not. Because when I came to symptometry, I thought I was healthy. Why? I was a runner. I didn't go to the doctors, but I didn't know that I have a lot of debris in me. And until I came to symptometry, that's when I started cleaning myself and maintaining my body. So again, I just like to let you know that we women, we have a duty. We have an obligation to make sure that the next generation coming in, they are healthy. The next generation coming in start on the right footing. And also as a mother, you should be able to breastfeed your child. And that is one of the disadvantages of having a cesarean. Because my oxytocin was not working, I couldn't dilate, and I had like almost 38, 40 hours of labor, and I could not breastfeed my child. I could not. I have to put my child in a bottle, and that's not healthy. Your child need your breast milk the first 11 months when you have the baby. Again, the stress that you have when you have cesarean section is enormous. Because every time the baby is sucking the stitches, you can't even, you can't hold the stitches in. It's painful. I'm describing it because I went through it, and that it had a scarring image in my mind, and that's why I recommend that women, if you're going to have a baby, do with the symptometry way, this pregnancy management way, because you will have a healthy child and a healthy baby, and that will help you. Again, remember, it's not getting pregnant. It takes two to tango. It takes your husband and it takes you. What kind of sperm is your husband having? Is your husband's sperm contaminated? When I say they're contaminated, this is what I mean. Is the person drinking beer, wine? Is the person taking recreational drug like marijuana and whatever drugs they have there? If you are contaminating the sperm that you're going to use when you pregnant somebody. So your sperm should not be contaminated. Again, men, if you're going to have a child, at least give yourselves a couple of months without drinking, if you know that you're going to. Sometimes it's emergency. You get it, you're pregnant. But when you do, that's what symptometry is here for. Let us hear from you as soon as possible so that we can help you so that your child can have a healthy beginning and the woman will have a healthy beginning. So again, the sperm makes a difference, ladies. The sperm make a difference. It cannot be contaminated. Again, you are protecting the future of your child. You want a healthy baby. Some people will say, oh, I had a baby and they have spina bifida. How did they get spina bifida? Is that the drug you're taking? That got you there? In symptometry, when you're pregnant, you do not take any drug, period. End of conversation. No drugs. And we recommend that you don't do drugs even when you're not pregnant. That's what symptometry is for. That's what the natural laws are all about. That's all that you need. All you need is hot water. It takes care of business. If you don't have hot water, if you don't have a pot, you don't have water, let it be your second thing in the house. Use hot water, and you will be amazed because it is the first stage of ionization. When you have a problem, instead of running to the grocery store to buy something, put hot water on it. So let me end this, a case in point. Last week I have an eye issue. My eyes were just like, I don't know. I wear glasses and I had this feeling that something is coming through my eyes. So this is what I did. I just boiled hot water and put it on the left side and the right side of my eye for 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, that issue, that pain that I had was gone. It didn't come back again because for the next couple of days, I made sure that I put hot water on that eye periodically. Okay? And it wasn't an issue because I already have a particulate that I'm using. But sometimes you feel like something is in your eye and you can't shake it out. Don't use your hand. Make sure that you know what you use Kleenex to take it out, and if it's not, put some hot water on that. Hot water is man's best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that if we want our children to be healthy, if you want to have a child with less mental issues, if you want to have a child that doesn't talk back to you 25 times, you say one thing and they've talked back to you 25 times. If you want an obedient child, not obedient, a child that listens, a child that obeys the rules. Pregnancy management is one way to go. And ladies and gentlemen, it is not expensive. So if you are a grandmother with daughters, or your grandfather with daughters, and let them know that pregnancy is a very important decision between them and their husbands. But when God give them that seed, that give them that gift, the gift, make sure that they come to symptometry and begin the pregnancy management. And you'll be glad you did. Brother Shaheed, assalamu alaikum.
Assalam, Mrs. Rita. That is excellent. Thank you so very much. We're going to take a moment to see if anyone have any questions. But before we do, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. If you have a question, just make note of it. And as soon as we come back, Mrs. Rita is going to address your question or your comment. Thank you so very much. And you can still take a moment to call someone, text someone, ask them to join us here on Optimal Health on AM 360. Brothers and sisters, we'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Maxwell Narty, inventor of symptometry and symptomatic science. Many of you may not have heard of symptometry because it appears to be new. Unfortunately, new does not mean untested. Symptometry has been around for 32 years. since 1991. During these 32 years, I had to conduct several experiments. I had to test the precepts and the concepts of symptometry and symptomatic science. After 32 years of testing, the results are in. The results are excellent.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. If anyone have a question or comment to make, you can raise your hand or just unmute your mic and begin to ask your question or comment. I don't think we have anybody tripping all over each other. Anyone with a question?
Yes, hi, this is Yvette, Coach Yvette. How are
Thank you, Ms. Yvette, for joining us today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Yes, Ms. Rita, I have a question for you. So you're saying that to prevent babies from being born with, what you say, that spine disease or one kidney instead of two or heart murmurs, the best route is pregnancy management through symptometry. Is that correct?
Very correct, Miss Yvette. You are right on point, because symptometry signs will ionize all the concretions that the mother has and also the baby. So that if there's an issue, remember, that's why we need to hear from you as soon as you get pregnant. We will get the lab work from the doctor. Whatever the lab work they give us, you send it to us, and we will find out what is going on. Let's say you can't drink water, and when you drink water, you throw up. You know, you need water. Water is a solvent. It ionizes things for us. So you need to have water. So we will take care of that issue right away with a particulate that will ionize the water, so you'll be able to drink water. Because you need water. How can you live? We're made of water. So we will take care of it, Miss Yvette, right there and then while the baby is in the womb. That's why we say, talk to us. Let's help you so that you have a healthy child. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Anyone else with a question or comment? Ms. Rita, you mentioned miscarriages earlier, and that you had or knew of a person that had several miscarriages. Can you explain what symptometry can do if a person have miscarriages so they don't have miscarriages again in the future?
Well, this is what we do. We call ionization there. Miscarriage, we will ionize the concrete, really what you have in all of us, including Dr. Nata himself. What we do is that we have concretions and sedimentary sludge all over our body as our blood is on a lockdown. And so when it's in a lockdown, your cells don't function normally. So what we do is that we break the bond for you. We've been held hostage by these bonds, by these poisons that we have in our body. So what we do, we break the bond to ionize so that you'll be able to remove the concretions on the filaments that a person have in their body so that it will be able to attach itself to the uterine wall. And only symptometry can help you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody will, because if not, you will continue to have miscarriages, because that concretions and sedimentary need to be removed. That is the first thing that every person that comes to symptometry need to learn, that you're full of concretions and inner substances and sedimentary sludge. We need to break that bond so that you'll be able to have the filaments that you have to be able to attach itself to the uterine wall so that you don't have miscarriages. So that's one of the things that symptometry will do for you when you are in pregnancy management program.
Absolutely amazing, amazing. So there are many people that have miscarriages and they don't even know where to go
No.
or what to do. And they keep trying to have a baby and they have miscarriages after miscarriage. It's just amazing what we're able to do with the knowledge that symptometry have presented us with. It's absolutely amazing. There is no disease that we can't deal with, brother and sister. We just been bamboozled thinking that no one know anything. This is what has happened to us.
No, ladies and gentlemen, we need to know that symptometry is the mankind's best chance for living normally and less chaotically. If symptometry will help you, will educate you to know what to drink, what not to eat. If you follow those rules and cook your food scientifically and prepare your food and live scientifically, making sure you avoid certain foods like me, chocolate, which was my number one culprit in my body. Basically, if you obey the rule, because the doctor can advise you, but if you don't do it, you can blame the doctor for not healing you because it is if it's going to happen, it's up to you. If the doctor say don't drink coffee and you drink coffee every day, well, you're not going to heal. That's your chaotic thing. Yet you give you the particular, but would it work permanently? Might not because it will come. It will reoccur because you're not following the rules. Follow the rules, and I promise you, if you follow the rules, you'll be better off for it because I did follow the rules and now chocolate is history. And I did get the ionization to make sure that the addiction was gone. Again, every disease, every addiction will be reversed if you want to. So that's what I want to share with you guys.
Anyone else have a question or comment to make before our guest has to leave? Well, Ms. Rita, we certainly appreciate you sharing with us today. Why some women cannot conceive, absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sometimes it's making it easier for people to have children, have babies, law-abiding citizens. Yes. They don't have to be born with mental problems.
Yes.
They don't have to be born with becoming a criminal.
Yeah. I mean, St. Thomas is here to serve our community. And that's what we all here for, Yvette, myself, and Brother Shaheed. We want to make sure that you are getting the right information. You're reading the articles out there. And when you go see the doctor, don't let them bamboozle you. When they say chemo, Absolutely. You said, how so? How do I have why do I have to chemo? And they say cancer, you say, how do you know that I have cancer? How do you know? Because there's one machine that they need to use to tell you. And if they don't use that machine, do not run away. Don't believe that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum salam.
So, Sister Amina.
So that's go ahead.
I wanted to ask a question before you go, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Can with children or adolescents who have been diagnosed? Because there's a lot of children that they've been put with this label of ADHD, and then they put them on what do you call it? Ritalin and stuff. And it can if the parents come to symptometry, can that be reversed? Whatever they claim that they have, because there's all these diagnoses for children, all in the public schools where that occurs, and then the child is put in special ed. And they pretty much labeled for life.
Exactly.
Can symptometry reverse that?
Yes, we can reverse that. Remember, as I started talking, that child is filled with a lot of sludge in their body. Even though they're children, you start off in the wrong foot, full of sludge. And when you come in and we give you the particulates and they take it, we can reverse that. The labeling, it doesn't do any child any good because they don't study. They say, well, I'm ADD, so, why do I bother? No, you are labeling a child and it can be reversed. So tell the parents, do not listen to the doctor, come to symptometry. We can reverse that.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Excellent
welcome.
question.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Waalaikumsalam. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. Yes.
Excellent question. Also, Sister Amina, is also up to the mother, because if she removes the sludge, then there won't be sludge transferred to the baby when she's pregnant with the baby. Oftentimes, the sludge was in the mother's blood would transfer from her to the baby. So the baby come here with chromosomal issues and all kind of other issues. So it's very, very important for the mother to experience pregnancy management from the very beginning. If you want to have a healthy baby without all these anomalies, and that can have a long life without having these things manifest themselves later in life, because that's what will happen. Oftentimes, the poison that's in the mother's blood, the sedimentary sludge, will also transfer to the baby.
Yes.
The baby have very little chance for a good start.
Exactly. Brother Shaheed, you're correct. And that's why pregnancy management is something I recommend for any young person, any woman at your age, if you want to have a child, or even when you have a child and you didn't know. Come to pregnancy management so that your baby will start on the right footing. How many women can breastfeed their children? That is pathetic. It really is. Because you are given the tools to breastfeed your child, but because you're filled with sludge and because your body can't function normally, you are denying that child the first 11 months of the mother's milk, which is the best food for a child. Anyway, I will end with that. Pregnancy management, if I were anybody, I would recommend it for all women who want to get pregnant.
Absolutely.
So, Brother Shaheed, assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Rita. You did an excellent job. And I'm sure our audience followed you and understood, and hope they'll make their decision accordingly in the future. And we recommend people to come to symptometry if you're going to be having a baby. How can you have a baby without symptometry helping you? So you don't have all these problems. Absolutely amazing. Brothers and sisters, we still have plenty of time. The next person up, our next presenter is going to be Miss Yvette Dean, and she's going to be talking all you need to know about eggs. Don't take eggs for granted, brothers and sisters. If you want to be healthy, you must stop eating them. Miss Yvette going to explain why. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. You still have time to call someone, text someone, or do a two-way or three-way to get them on the phone. They're not going to find this information anywhere. It's just not going to happen, brothers and sisters. We have to become more and more responsible for our own health. That is natural law number 10. We have to become more responsible. If not, whose fault will it be? Can we blame God? No.
No.
He put everything in place, Miss Yvette. He put everything in us.
Yes.
And he put everything in the ecosystem that we need to use before he created us.
That is correct.
Everything is here. But no one has been teaching us. We went off in the wrong direction and been going ever since. Now we have some time to bring these things to our attention.
Yes.
So we hope people are listening, because the world is not going to get better until we get better.
Yes.
Each one of us have to get better and learn a lot more than what we already know. We don't know anything. We have so much more to learn. And how the Almighty created us, how he created us. He created us more than perfect, Miss Yvette.
Yes. Yes.
But
yes.
we don't know how the body functions. We don't know about cells.
Walking blind.
Yes. We don't know about our blood, what's supposed to be in it and what's not supposed to be in it. We don't know about water. We don't know what water does for us. We're made of water.
We don't know absolutely.
So much we don't know.
That's right. We know absolutely nothing about our own health. Nothing.
And that's why we're in this mess in the world. The whole world in a mess. People dropping bombs on human beings like ants.
Wow.
It's ridiculous for a human being do to themselves. It is because the brain is compromised. They can't produce neurons, Miss Yvette. They can't produce neurotransmitters to be human. So the demons come out of the person. That's what we're seeing all over the world. Nobody is safe.
Nope.
Until we start making these changes. one by
Yes.
one. We have the
One by
ability to
one.
do it, brothers and sisters. We have to get
Mhm.
a lot smarter, and we have to
Yes.
become more bold. We have to produce dopamine for courage and boldness
Yes. Yes.
and stand up to these crazy people. I'm sorry.
No, go
Brothers and
right
sisters, we'll
ahead.
be
That
right
is
back. We're
true.
going to take a short break, then we're going to come back, and Miss Yvette going to share some information with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Every anomaly has a cause. For generations, we've only scratched the surface of understanding mental health. Dr. Maxwell Nardi, using the pioneering science of symptometry, delves deeper than ever before, catering to the needs of cells and blood, not just symptoms. With a fresh new approach, uncover the building blocks of your health. Redefining health science. Discover the underlying causes of mental anomalies. The book that's changing everything we know about health. Available now. Take charge of your health journey.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters, with Abdul Shaheed, and we have our other guest, Ms. Yvette Dean. We're both certified symptometry health coach that give us the authority to share the information that we have learned at the American School of Symptometry. Brothers and sisters, it's just absolutely amazing. Both of us are different people now. We're not the same people before we became students at the American School of Symptometry. We're both different now. We see clearly the intent of the Almighty when He produced human beings. We're here to make a difference, brother and sister, not just lollygag around and have picnics all the time and mind our own business. We're here to make a difference.
Yes.
That's why the Almighty sent us here, to make a difference. We all have a mission, a role to play. Don't discount yourself. Don't do it. You're valuable. We have something to bring that no one else has. Each and every one of us, Miss Yvette, absolutely amazing.
Yes,
we have to just manifest it,
yes.
Bring it out of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the education institution is supposed to be like. It's supposed to bring out what the Almighty placed in each and every one of us, not to dumb us down and try to brainwash us to do things and take advantage of the person. No, to lift the person up, to bring out of them what the Almighty has gifted them with. Can you imagine 9 billion people with all kinds of gifts from the Almighty to make this place a better place? We're not doing that because we can't produce neurons and neurotransmitters. So we oppress people. They can't become their best self. And long we ignore our health and we ignore our brain, our mind will not have a chance. I'm going to stop talking, Ms. Yvette, and bring you on. You now have the mic. Thank you so very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Yes, my name is Yvette Dean, and I am a certified symptometry health coach and happily attend the American School of Symptometry. Why do I attend the American School of Symptometry? Because I want to know more about my health. Sickness is not an option. When I get sick, I want to reverse it immediately, like a snap of a finger immediately. Okay, and so this is what we do here. We share the knowledge to those health conscious individuals who want to learn more on how to maintain their health. So thank you all for joining us every week. You make us keep going, okay, spreading the word, so everyone can know that health is a reward. It's a reward. We have to earn it. It's not just given. We have to earn it. And comes with health, comes with knowledge. We must have knowledge to navigate this planet. And our Creator imbued us with this knowledge. We just have to bring it out. And how do we bring it out? By attending the American School of Symptometry. Just a few classes. You can come in as what we call open stream to learn more about your health. You don't have to take tests. You can, but it's optional. You'll learn more about your health. 1 hour a month. Who can spare that? 1 hour a month. I know I could for my health, because I want to learn all I can, especially what I specialize in, which is scientific eating and living. Miss Rita specializes in pregnancy management, and I specialize in scientific eating and living. We have to eat scientifically. We have to live scientifically. And it's not easy. It's not easy because food is temptation. But we must know that food is complex. It's also complex. It tastes good, but it's complex. Why is it complex? Because food, let me ask you first. Do anybody know what food is? Anybody? What is food? Can anybody tell me what food is? We know it's something we eat.
Exactly, but what is it? Yeah, what is food? Why we have to eat it?
Yes, like what is it? We never ask that question, right? We just eat it. I know everybody's like,
never ask anything.
I don't even know how to answer that question. What is food? Okay, food is a complex molecule that has nutrients and non-nutrients. We live on the planet of opposites. Opposites. What goes up must come down. We got left, we got right. We got upside and we got downside. And when it comes to food, there's always a downside. Don't believe the hype that it's always an upside. No, no, no. There's always a downside in food because we live on this planet where there's opposites. So tonight we're going to discuss eggs. Eggs. Okay, so here's another question. How many of you eat eggs? How many? Raise your hand. It's a little hand button down there. How many have eaten eggs or eat eggs and love it? Right? It tastes good. It tastes good. Right? They say eggs is full of protein, right? Gives you strength. Egg does the body good. But when you learn about eggs, what should be known about eggs, you'll do a double take, because it's the downside of eggs is why you're going to do this double take. Let's jump into it. Whew, okay, so eggs are a staple for some. Okay, and some eat eggs every day. Like I asked you, do you eat eggs every day? Eggs are on the menu in many homes, restaurants, hotels. Some people like them because it's a protein food and it's real easy to prepare. I used to eat rice and eggs all the time, really quick, right? Make some rice and eggs. Then I used to put a little sugar on top. It was delicious growing up, right? Rice and eggs, okay? One of the quickest, easiest food to make. But the question is, are they also easy to digest without leaving metabolites in the blood? Okay, what are metabolites? We don't want to leave metabolites in the blood. Again, that's the downside of eggs, right? After digestion, we have metabolites in our food, not just eggs, we have salt metabolites. So what metabolites do is they eliminate oxygen from our cells. Some metabolites can eliminate oxygen, some metabolites can cause inflammation, and metabolites also attract and retain viruses and bacteria in our bodies. This is what eggs does. Okay? But other than that, people know eggs as a protein food. Remember, food gives us energy. Eggs are food, and food gives us energy. Okay? But the downside of eggs, outweighs the protein that's in eggs. Okay, some people are oblivious to the downside of eggs, but they continue to enjoy themselves. While those who want to know the total truth, is what I'm teaching you today, about eggs are given an opportunity, okay, to satisfy their heart's desire, like what is in eggs? What is it about eggs? So you'll get to learn a little bit today. So the founder started investigating eggs back in 2001 when eczema and psoriasis, okay, that he's cured and over time. Well, cured people who had psoriasis. But they reoccurred when they ate eggs. Again, the downside of eggs can cause psoriasis. There are eggs in fried rice, like I told you that I ate growing up, eggs and fried rice. There are eggs in certain noodles. Eggs are everywhere. They're in ice cream, in chocolate. But people eat scrambled eggs and boiled eggs because, well, it tastes good. Okay? But the question is, what is in eggs after digestion that cause the skin to absorb and have psoriasis? Okay? So chromographic machine has found that eggs after digestion can damage your DNA. This is what we've learned about eggs. All type of eggs. We have duck eggs, turkey eggs, chicken eggs. We also have turtle eggs. Eggs everywhere. But eggs have cholesterol. They have cholesterol. Eggs have some nutrients. They also have salmonella, the downside of eggs. Salmonella, saturated fat, phosphorus protein, dangerous. Eggs carry viruses. Okay. Eggs have avidin, another poison. But let's talk about cholesterol. The main causes of cholesterol is a person who eats eggs. After you're eating eggs, boiling eggs, frying eggs, sauteing eggs, it becomes osteosterol. Osteosterol is a kind of cholesterol that our body acids cannot dissolve quickly. It can't. Not quickly. If a person does not eat eggs in a month, their body acids will begin to dissolve osteosterol. However, if they continue to eat eggs, they will have a cholesterol problem if they will continue to eat it. And their blood tests will confirm it. How many of us have cholesterol? Put your hand up. I know you're afraid to do it. But how many of us have cholesterol? Most of us have had it or have it today. Most of us had it or have it today. And most of us have been eating eggs most of our lives. Most of our lives. And if you continue to eat eggs, you would have a cholesterol problem all your life. And what does a cholesterol problem mean? Oh, I got cholesterol. I got cholesterol. But do we really know what it means? Just like food, do we really know what it means? What does cholesterol mean? See, we teach you all of this. All of this. Learn about the foods that you eat, so you'll know how to stay healthy. This is what scientific eating and living is all about. What does having a cholesterol problem mean? It means that their liver cannot convert osteosterol, that bad cholesterol in eggs, to HDL, which is a high density lipoprotein, okay, which is the good one. HDL is the good one. You want that always to be good. Okay, we have HDL molecules that we have at symptometry that can keep your HDL up. It will counteract the bad HDL and keep yours up. Okay? So HDL is known for good cholesterol. Okay, but if you eat eggs, the osteosterol in eggs can cause bad cholesterol, which is the LDL number, which is called low density lipoprotein. The HDL is the high density lipoprotein, is what we would want to be, good cholesterol. And the low density lipoprotein is the bad cholesterol, will be high. And I know that most of us, because we live in the world of poisons, have LDL that is high. We teach you how to read your blood work so you will not be bamboozled. HDL is good cholesterol, LDL is bad cholesterol, mostly accumulated by eggs and saturated fat. HDL, the good cholesterol, must be in the plasma membrane of every cell so that nutrients and resources can get into the cells and waste can exit the cells. If nutrient resources cannot get into the cells and waste cannot get out, the cells will be on lockdown, meaning they cannot get oxygenated blood to them, meaning you're going to have a symptom really soon because the cells cannot get oxygen. It cannot get blood. It cannot get nutrients and resources. Real psoriasis, eczema, skin rash, hives, etc. occur only in the cells that are on lockdown. The connection between eating eggs and skin diseases, such as extremely dry skin. This is what eggs does. Itchy skin, flaky skin, and flaccid skin. That's the worst skin. Like, you don't want that type of skin. You want it to be smooth, smooth. No bumps, no lumps, no dark patches. Remember, there is always a connection between the foods we eat and the diseases we have. There's always a connection. Remember that. High cholesterol, do you eat eggs? Do you eat cheese? Do you drink milk? All those contribute to high cholesterol. with eggs leading the pack, the number one, because of the osteosterol gets in your body and gets so hard that you need a bulldozer to move it. In our case, we have particulates. So I'm gonna tell you my story. Okay, I went to the doctor and I had my cholesterol checked. Not recently, but in the past. And it was 210. 210. I came to symptometry and I got on the cholesterol regimen, health package. And I would say 60 days later, 60 to 90 days later, it went down to 182. 182. So I was so excited to go to the doctor and let them see, that my cholesterol, to see what my cholesterol numbers was. And they told me it went down. So I'm happy. I'm like, woohoo, yes, I did it. I stayed away from eggs. I stayed away from saturated fat. I stayed away from olive oil, which is 87% saturated fat. Now I cook with canola oil, which is only 7% saturated fat. So the downside of olive oil is saturated fat. It has 87%, but they advertise it as, oh, it's better than canola oil. Oh, canola oil is bad. So remember, it's a downside to everything. Nothing is good. Nothing. You think you're in pleasure land, but there's going to be a downside. What we call it is correlation diagnosis. Correlation diagnostics, where we relate food with our diseases. So what's saturated fat? Saturated fat is a mixture of dense fatty acids. It is because it is dense and loaded with a lot of double bonds, which are saturated with carbon atoms, that it moves too slowly. And this is not good for a person who wants to be healthy and remain healthy. Eventually, saturated fat will grind to a halt and cause stasis. Stasis, which is lack of movement. Remember, everything in the body must move. That's the rules and the laws of health. Everything in the body must move. But if we have all this saturated fat from eggs, from canola, from olive oil, from butter, from cheese, everything is slowing down in our body to a halt. Every essential in circulation must move fast, meaning at the speed of light. That's 185,000 miles per second. That's how fast our blood should move. But saturated fat will cause a drag, thereby compelling the cells to divide too slowly and causing cell repair to be done too slowly. This is a violation of Newton's first and second laws of physics, which is motion. This is why scientific eating is important, because it complies with the rules and laws of health. This is why we eat scientifically. This is why I teach scientific eating and living, because it complies with the laws and the rules of health. The only eating plan, it's not a diet. It's an eating plan that complies with the rules, with the laws of health. No other diets out there can compare to scientific eating. No other diet. Just imagine a person who eats eggs, eats bread and butter, or potatoes with margarine. And finally, they eat some nuts full of saturated fat and snacks, chips, saturated fat. Will circulation be fast or slow in such a person? I say slow, because you got all that fat in you. Where are you going? How fast can you move? You know, you can't move with something back there. You can't, not fast. So yes, obviously circulation will be slow. And so will signal transmissions in the body. Have you heard of people who complain that their legs is heavy? My legs been heavy going up the stairs before. Or their arms have been heavy. Mine have been heavy because I know I've been eating butter and eggs in the past. And now I know all these are happening. Now I know why. I always used to be curious, as I mentioned before, about health. Now I know why. Why my legs are heavy. Why my arms are heavy. How much saturated fat did I have in my body? Have you heard of your foot being numb? Your toes are also numb. What about your fingers? Have your fingers ever been numb? I know my pinky have, my little baby finger. It has been numb. There's always a connection between what a person eats and their complaints. This is how we know what you've been eating, by your complaints. We get in trouble all the time by the founder. We come to him with a symptom. He's looking at us sideways, right? Okay, so it's important to know what food does to you, the downside of foods too. And this is what I teach, scientific eating and living. That's my specialty. I want to teach you to comply with the rules of health so you won't have all this saturated fat, so you won't have cholesterol problems, legs heavy, feet numb, toes numb, fingers numb. Wow. What saturated fat does for you. Let me tell you another downside of eggs. It's called phosphorus protein. Phosphorus protein. Phosphorus protein. Phosphorus protein is a terrible mixture of phosphoric and protein together. All eggs have phosphorus protein. The phosphorus protein in eggs is called albumin. Albumin. Phosphorus protein is DNA's worst enemy, and that comes from eggs, cheese, milk. Phosphorus protein is DNA's worst enemy because it destroys the 3 of the amino acid that forms DNA structure. It will destroy it. It destroys the 3 of the amino acids that form DNA structure. The amino acids that it destroys are called tyrosine, serine, and threonine. Those are the amino acids that phosphorus protein destroys. So every time you eat eggs, you're harming your DNA. Stop that. No, we don't want to do that. Okay? So unfortunately, the amino acids that phosphorus protein destroys are not in our food, so we cannot replace it. It's not in our foods. It's not in foods, period. the 3 amino acids, because it is our liver that must produce enzymes to convert the amino acids called phenylalanine and triazine to triazine. It must convert amino acid called phenylalanine to triazine. The liver must produce enzymes to convert the amino acid called phenylalanine to triazine. So food cannot destroy. Food, we cannot get these amino acids from food. The liver must produce it. So we must help the liver to produce the enzymes to replace those amino acids that was destroyed by phosphorus protein in eggs. So I would rather avoid eggs than go through all that, right? Let's avoid eggs. Let's break the bonds. We can stop eating eggs today, but the bonds are still in us of phosphorus protein, the poisons. So we need a particulate to break those bonds. So for one, you won't crave eggs anymore. And for two, that it won't destroy our DNA, amino acids, the structure of our DNA. It won't destroy it. Can a person with liver cancer, liver cirrhosis, or severe hepatitis produce liver enzymes to convert phenylalanine to triazine for their DNA? I doubt it. If such a person eat eggs, they won't be around for too long. If cholesterol don't kill them, the amino acid that you're destroying is going to catch up to you. These are scientific facts about eggs that people do not have. So thank you for coming every week to learn about this, to learn about your health. Viruses. Woo. Why do viruses often attack and live in poultry? And from the poultry droppings, they become airborne to infect humans and animals. Chicken is one of the... Chicken has a lot of viruses. A lot. And that's one of most people's staple food is chicken, but they carry a lot of viruses. So I try to eat very little chicken and not often at all. Not often at all. Very little. Okay. We also have the virus Salmonella in chicken. Chicken what? Produce eggs. Eggs have Salmonella. Okay. Vaccines. Vaccines are cultured in eggs. Can you believe that? Vaccines are cultured in eggs. Eggs have all the growth factors for rapid reproduction of viruses and bacteria. Let me read that again. Eggs have all the growth factors for the rapid reproduction of viruses and bacteria. The growth factors. You eat eggs, the growth factors for viruses and bacteria is going to attack those eggs in your body, and you wonder why you're sniffling. You wonder why you got a rash. You got psoriasis. My son has psoriasis. He suffered with it for years before I knew symptometry. Years. We didn't know how to get rid of it. But he loved shakes. Shakes, milk products, egg products. He was eating eggs, he was drinking shakes. So he is susceptible to psoriasis. And if he eat eggs to this day, he will get it. But symptometry stepped in, got rid of his psoriasis. It had not came back for 3 years. 3 years. Then, of course, he went back to the other side, and it came back. And what he say? Oh, can you give me some psoriasis, particularly, Mama? Like what? I'm sorry, I had a shake. Okay. I'm like, all right. I got you an extra bottle in there anyway. I didn't tell him, but I had an extra bottle in there anyway. Okay, because we keep what we call a medicine cabinet, but it's for particulates. It's not for cough syrups or ointments. No, it's for particulates, for every symptom that we have or that we get, because we will have a symptom. Remember, we were created to live here on planet Earth, full of poisons, are in everything, from vaccines to medicine to food. But we must find means to neutralize these poisons so we won't get sick without side effects. Side effects is, they tell you, and a kill. Every pharmaceutical drug have a kill, a poison called a kill. What kind of name is that? Dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, dangerous. You got to learn. You got to learn how to navigate this planet, or you will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. Because now that you've learned about eggs today, now that you have learned a little bit about eggs, will you be so quick to run and make some eggs and rice? Or eat that cake? Or have that piece of chocolate candy? Or maybe a scoop of that vanilla ice cream? I know it sounds good. I know it's tempting. But if you do not have a reversal to help you to neutralize the poison that you just ate, you're asking for a symptom sooner or later. Is that correct, Coach Shaheed?
That is correct. Sooner or later, you're going to have more than one symptom. Some of those products have double whammy, especially the ice cream. Yes. You got the coldness, and you have the dairy product.
Yes.
A double knocked upside the head.
Yes.
And then some of those, even some of those have nuts in them, so they get you 3 times, triple.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Excellent job, Miss Yvette. All about eggs, what we all need to know. You cannot be healthy eating eggs. Eggs contain the germ of life, and if you abort that life in it, you're going to be punished.
Yes.
There's a little chicken in that egg, something in there growing. If you abort the life, there's a price to pay, and you pay it with your health. So allow the chick to grow up and properly slaughter the chicken. That's the natural way to do it, brother and sister. We've been misinformed. If you eat that egg, you surely gonna have a symptom. And if you don't know what to do about the symptom, you don't know where to go, that symptom is gonna turn into a full-blown disease. If you don't know how to reverse that disease become more and more chronic until your life is at stake. That's when you have to dial 911 and you be going to the wrong people. They're gonna set you up. This is the process. This is what happened. We've seen it happen too many times. All of us have seen it happen.
Yes.
So now we have the knowledge to prevent that. Most diseases are preventable, Miss Yvette.
Yes, they are.
And we can learn to age gracefully.
Gracefully.
Age gracefully. That's what we need to do. Anyone have any question for Miss Yvette? before we continue on, we have a few more minutes left. Time go by so
Yes,
fast, brothers and sisters.
questions.
Any
One
question
question.
about eggs? Why we don't eat
Eggs.
eggs? What's in eggs? She explained it all if you were listening. What happens if you end up eating eggs? Well, you need to reverse it as quick as you can. And you have to get smarter by reading the label. And sometimes they still lie on the label. They lie. Only way you can tell whether eggs are really not in the substance or in the substance, you have to use a chromatography machine that costs over $1 million. I don't think none of us have those things at our home. This is how you can tell. Liquid chromatography will determine what's in the product. Then they cannot lie. They can lie on the label, but they can't lie about the molecular structure that's in that product. You can't do it. And this is what symptometry does. Take it to the laboratory. Okay, we have Sister Bina. Thank you for joining us. Salam alaikum. You can come in free, ask your question or make your comment. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem. So I wanted to ask a few questions, if that's
Go right
okay.
ahead.
All right. So when you're talking about milk, I know you're talking about milk too. Is no good for us. Are we just talking about dairy milk from cows, or are we talking about milk from nuts, or is it all milk?
All milk.
All milk.
Once a person has been weaned from the mother,
yes,
no more than 2 years, if you go back drinking milk, it becomes a bone destroyer. It will destroy
Yes.
every bone in the human body. That's
Yes.
why we get frail as we age.
Mm-hmm.
It will also destroy
You're
teeth.
drinking milk. Yeah.
It's a phosphorus protein.
That phosphorus protein. Yes.
And phosphorus protein destroys tendon,
DNA.
ligaments,
and DNA. Yes.
all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Remove 3 of the amino acids in DNA. There's 20 amino acids that make up DNA. DNA will become fragmented, and the gene will be incapacitated. All this information is taught at the American School of Symptometry. It's verifiable science. It's against you don't have to believe it because it's go beyond belief. This is how the Almighty structure us. And if you do your own investigation, there's no mammal on earth that drinks milk after it has been weaned from its mother. Not one. So why are human beings drinking milk? Milk is sold to human beings. It's marketed to human beings. It's all about $1 billion industry, multi-billion dollars. It always has been.
Mm-hmm.
We've been bamboozled, people. It's time to wake up.
And remember, nut milks are saturated fat. Okay,
no
so you don't want to go there.
Exactly. No tree produces milk. No nut. It's a marketing ploy. It is not milk. Plant produced sap. SAP.
Yeah.
You have to have
another question? Yeah.
Yes, I heard when I came in, you talking about this 1 hour a month course where you can learn about this?
Yes. At the American School of Symptometry, we have courses that you can come and take once a month on Sundays. Once a month, early Sunday morning before church. Early Sunday morning, like 7 a.m. Central. Okay.
Is that in person or is it virtual?
No, it's online.
Okay.
It's online through Zoom. You'll get to meet the founder too.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Instructor Coach Shaheed will be probably your instructor. Okay. So yes, we welcome you. We're there for you too, rooting you on. Okay.
Absolutely. We thank you for your interest, because if this is where verifiable science comes in. No one else is teaching it. No one, anywhere.
I'm interested because prior to this, my diet basically was consisting, or I was using the diet for your blood type. You know, I read that, Eat Right for Your Blood Type is the book that I was using to get information. So that made sense to me. I didn't know anything else, but that made more sense than the other things that I was researching. So, and when I heard about symptometry and pH level in the water and all those types of things, I said, well, I'm interested. I'd like to hear more.
It resonated with you, right? And most people come to symptometry because spirit brings them there. They hear it, they know it. Okay.
Absolutely.
So it brings you there, like you're coming on today saying you want to, see what it's about, the classes, to
Do
learn
I
more about your health.
do I have to take classes to be able to learn how to eat right and things? Do I have to take the classes, or
No,
is
I
there?
You don't
teach
have to.
scientific eating and living.
You could,
I'll teach it to you if that's all you
Mhm,
wanted to learn, but classes help you. Okay. Like I said, you don't have to take tests or nothing like that if you come in as open stream. Okay. You're just coming to
mhm,
observe, to learn. Okay. We're gonna have a culinary class hopefully this year. Again, where you can take that class.
mhm.
Okay. Also, okay, which is about what, 6 months to a year.
mhm.
So we have different classes, yes, that you can come and learn
Okay,
about
but you
your
don't have
health.
to come on site. You can do that
Oh, it's
virtual
all
as well.
online. All the
Okay,
classes are
cool.
Online in the
online.
comfort of your own home. Yes.
And the platform
Good.
is Zoom.
Okay.
And if you have a particular health problem you want help with, then you can hire a certified symptometry health coach, and we work with Dr. Norty to get you what you need. And then you can modify your diet to correct it to a more scientific diet. And most times this is what needs to happen. And we explain all the different diets that's out there, but it's not necessary to be on a diet.
Right. It's an
It's not
eating
a
plan.
diet.
What we
You
have.
never be on a diet
Yeah,
again.
it's not a diet.
And you eat scientifically, you live scientifically, and you cook your food
Mhm.
scientifically. Your DNA already know what body type you have, and
Yes.
that's what it would aim after. Become your own. You have your own ideal weight eventually.
Yes.
It takes
Yes.
time. It takes a lot of work, heavy lifting, because
Mhm.
you have. It start with the mind. Your mind.
But it's worth it. It's
Well,
worth
Right.
it.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, so what is the first step and what's the process? How does one go about learning this?
the first thing
You
you
mean
do is
as
talk
far
with a
as
person
coming to the school?
like us. Talk to
Yeah.
somebody like us, and
Mhm.
we see where you want to, what you actually want to do. If you want to reverse a condition, or you just want to learn, get more advanced information, or you can do both. It's up to you.
Okay. So do I get that from the website
We'll
or do
put
I
up
get that from you all?
before we leave, we're going to put up our information.
Okay.
You can call me directly. You can give me an email, and then we'll get together. This is how we usually do it.
Okay.
Okay.
And those were all my questions. Thank you.
Who informed you about the program, Optimal Health?
Well, I've been listening to other AM 360 platforms,
Yes.
and
Oh,
I just
nice.
heard you speak about optimal health. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Many
Wonderful.
of our shows are also on YouTube. You can go there and do a search of Optimal Health on AM 360. Many programs, many subjects we've talked about. There's no incurable disease, none. It's up to the person.
That's what
And
I've been
most
listening
diseases
to.
are preventable.
I've been listening. I just
Excellent.
recently started listening. So, yeah, I got the book that helps women and girls.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
You've been
and
to the
yes,
website?
I've been to the website and I heard
Excellent.
the interview, the 2 hour interview. Not I didn't finish it, but I heard the majority of it with the
Excellent.
founder. Hmm.
Absolutely
Great.
amazing. Well, you're on your
Great.
way.
Inshallah.
And we thank you for your interest. You have another question?
I'm just looking. I'll just be looking for your. I don't have another question. I'll just be looking for that information in the
Okay,
chat.
we're gonna post it.
Thank you
And then we'll put it in the chat as well.
for your
Thank you,
questions.
We'll
sis.
share it. Now we have a few more minutes left. Anyone else have a question? Thank you so very much for your interest. Absolutely amazing. And we need more people to have this knowledge so we can pass it on, brothers and sisters. We need more people to get involved, to get engaged with symptometry. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I like what sis said last week, or the last one that I listened to, where she says, a lot of people try to or want to pass down money and all this other thing, but we should be
Yes.
trying to pass down the knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yes, that was
That
me.
really struck a chord with me.
Yes. I said that last week. Yes, that is correct.
Knowledge.
We bust ourselves and to, get insurances for our loved ones, and they end up blowing it. But we can leave them knowledge, which is more valuable than money.
Absolutely. So that's Abdul and Shafika Shaheed contact information. A Shaheed, the number 2 at gmail.com. Cell number 470-755-6506. This is Miss Yvette. Her specialty is scientific recipes.
Yes.
And you see her email there, CoachVet2019 at gmail.com. Phone number 708-541-3286. The website, scientificrecipes.com. And presented earlier, Miss Rita Taylor, I'm sorry. Miss Rita Taylor, she specializes in pregnancy management to have the most healthy baby. 15 to 20 minutes in labor, it's done, it's over with. No suffering. Where that come from? Suffering. You see her email address, info@pregnancymadeeasy.com. Her number is 469-609-0368. And her website is pregnancymadeeasy.com. I specialize in mental illness, reversing all mental illness. Something that your psychiatrist and psychologist cannot do and your counselor can never do. You can't do it, but we can. Anybody else have a question for us? I have 4 minutes left, and we were going to talk about aging gracefully. Because if we continue to live and we don't die, we're certainly going to get older. I'm not saying old, but older. So on our next episode, God willing, we'll be talking about the aging problem. The aging problem. If you don't produce certain enzymes, then we'll be aging chaotically. Final call for the last question or comment. Thank you. So brothers and sisters, we're going to get ready to make our exit. Our time go by so fast. We really have enjoyed you being here with us. We're going to see if we can stop the